Namo Namaha Bhavtam Sarvesham Hardam Swagatam. Welcome back to my channel Sanskrit Sopanam. I hope you are doing great. I am also good. So today's video is again a continuation in our series Learning Sanskrit through Gita. And in past two videos we have covered the first two shlokas of chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita. And in this video we are continuing with the third shloka. So without wasting any more time, let's quickly dive in today's video. So as you can see on my screen, I have the third shloka ready with me. Let me quickly go through it once. पश्यैतां पाण्डुपुत्राणाम् आचार्यमहतीं चमूं व्यूढां द्रुपदपुत्रेण तव शिष्येण धीमता. So this is our shloka, and again first we'll take a look at the Sandhi Vichhed version of the shloka. I hope from the last two videos you understand what Sandhi Vichhed is, why we do it, how we do it, and again everything will be available as a PDF file that you can download from the description box. I'll leave the link there. Anyway, so this is a shlok that I just narrated. And this is the Sandhi Vichhed version. Only one Sandhi in this shloka actually, this word Pashaitam. Pashaitam, upon Sandhi Vichhed, it reveals two individual words, Pashya and Etam. So, Pashya Etam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamun Vyudham Drupadaputrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. And so now we are going to decode the shloka by creating the context with an anchor word. What is the anchor word for today? We are starting with Pashya. That means kindly look. So we are taking this verb pash from the shloka, and this will be our anchor word today, around which we will build our context. Okay, this pashya, this comes from the root word, the dhatu drish, that means to see. And I hope you remember this dhatu because in the previous shloka this dhatu was present in the form of drishtva tu pandava nikam. So the same dhatu. Here we are having pashya, and this is imperative mood. Imperative mood in second person singular form. Okay. Singular form you already know that relates to one person. Second person, this means madhyam purush, or someone whenever you are directly addressing to someone. So you study, you do this. So whenever this is the case, we use second person madhyam purush, same as we have the persons in English. So second person, this thing, imperative mood. So I hope you remember this. The verbs in Sanskrit, the kriya pad, the dhatu, they follow both tenses and mood. What are tenses? You already know. Tense means when the action was done. So present tense, past tense, future tense. And what is a mood? So mood is basically in what mood or in what sense that action was done. So suppose you say someone that you study. So when you are saying like this, it is like a command that you are asking your student or maybe someone else that you study. It is an order, it's a command. But you can also say this as a request that please study, kindly study. So now you are making a request. So here pashya, it is in imperative mood. This is used when we want to make a command or a request. And how do we differentiate between the two is based on the context. So as we'll see in the shloka itself, in this particular shloka, Duryodhana is asking his teacher, his guru Dronacharya, that kindly take a look at whatever we'll discuss in the video. So he's making a request because he's talking to his teacher, right? So it won't be a command, it will be a request. So pash here is in the form of a request. That's why kindly look, and directly addressing to Dronacharya, that's why second person, right? So we are starting with this word pashya, kindly look. Immediately a question will pop up. Kam, what do I look? Okay. And in response, the answer is etam chamum pashya. So this army, etam chamum, this army. So first let's take this word chamum. So chamu, this means army. You can guess. And it is a feminine gender word, chamu. Again, whenever we have a dirgha form of matra, see here, you have a long u, you have a dirgha u. Whenever you are encountering a dirgha matra, a long form of vowel, so in most cases, that word is a feminine gender word. So it is not 100% correct logic, but it works in most cases. So anyways, this chamu, this means army, and it is a feminine gender word. If you remember from the last video, in the last shloka itself, we had another word for army. We had anik. Now, drishtva tu pandava nikam. So the army of Pandavas, anik. This also meant army, and this was a masculine gender word. But here we are using chamu. Same thing, army, but a feminine gender word. Again, synonyms, as you have in English. So to denote a single thing, you can have multiple words. Same case here also. So Anik, also army, it is a masculine word. Chamu also means army, it is a feminine gender word. So chamu, and since it is an object of a verb, that kindly take a look at that. So since chamu is an object, so it is in which case? It is in second case. That's why it becomes chamum. Chamum. This is how it changes its form. So chamum is done army, and this word etam. So this comes from the pronoun etad, and etad means this. So in Sanskrit, you have these three pronouns that are very common, and not just in Sanskrit actually. If you think about it, you use these pronouns in English also quite often. Who, this, that. So kim, tat, and etad, and again all these pronouns, they will have all three forms: masculine, feminine, and neuter gender, based on which noun they are pointing towards. So suppose this kim, we are asking who for a masculine gender, so we use kah. But for a feminine gender, we use ka. And for a neuter gender, we use kim. Similarly, you have tad or that. So whenever you want to say something like that boy, so we use saha. Suppose you want to say that girl, so we use sa. And that book, or something that is neuter gender, that book, so we use this only, tat. Sorry, tat. Okay, so again, all these are the pratipadik, the base word, and from that base word you have the entire table. If you remember all the 7-8 cases, and in the previous videos I have already shared the link of all these reference word forms. Again, I will put the same link in the description box in case you have not downloaded it before. So just download those resources, keep them ready with you, because whenever we are using any of the word forms, don't get confused that where this word form is coming from. Simple logic. You have a pratipadik, and based on those pratipadik, you have different forms based on the case. So coming back to this word etam, this is coming from etad. That means this, now you know. And again, since it is pointing towards a feminine gender word, so this also takes the feminine forms. And second case, that's why it becomes etam. If it had been a masculine gender, it would have become etam. Now you will start to see the pattern also between masculine gender, feminine gender. It has some sort of pattern that eventually becomes intuitive to understand. So anyways, the entire thing becomes kam or what. So the answer is etam chamum. That means this army. So kindly take a look at this army. So moving forward, you have kidrashim. Basically means describe it more, or what was it like. So the army that you are asking to take a look, what was that army like? And the answer is mahatim. Mahatim means great. Okay. Again, this comes from the base word pratipadik mahat, and in feminine gender form, and second case, this word becomes mahatim. Okay. So etam mahatim chamum pashya. Kindly take a look at this great army. Okay, so far this is the context. Moving forward, Kesham. Now the question is Kesham, or whose army? And the response is Pandu Putranam. Okay, so this is a single word. I've put a hyphen here just to denote that this is a combination word, or a samas, as we say. Again, don't worry what is samas, how it works. In the future videos, we will cover this topic samas also. Pandu Putranam basically means of Pandu sons, that is Pandavas. So I hope you remember this case, sixth case. Sixth word case is when we want to show the position, and in sixth case, this putraha, because multiple sons, right? So putraha. So in sixth case, plural form, this becomes putranam. So you can guess, if I gave you this word Ramaha, so this will become Rama Nam. Same logic, same thing. So Pandu Putranam simply means of Pandu's sons, that is Pandavas, right? So moving forward, again Kidrashim, same thing. Kindly take a look at this mighty army, this great army belonging to Pandu sons. Now I'm again asking what that army was like. Their army, what was it like? And in response, we get Vyudham. This word we had in previous shloka also. Vyud. Vyud simply means arrangement, something that is arranged in a formation, a particular formation. And since the armies in the battles, they used to be arranged strategically in a formation, so it is just simply saying that Vyudham, that army of Panduputras, that great army that was arranged in a formation. So Vyudham. Simple as that. So far we have covered Pashya. Kindly take a look. Take a look at what? So take a look at this army. Then what was that army like? It was a great army. So this great army, kindly take a look. Then Kesham, whose army? So Pandu Putranam of Pandu sons, that is Pandavas. Then Kidrashim, so it was arranged in a formation. Okay, all these words Vyudham, Mahatim, both of these words are basically adjective, if you can see, to this word Chamum, right? So army, and they both are describing this work, this army, that it was great and it was arranged in a formation. Simple as that. So moving forward, now the question is Cain or by who? That the army was arranged in a formation, but that formation, that arrangement was done by who? And in response, we get Drupad Putrena. So you see this word Putrena. This is in third case. You can see as Ram becomes Ramena. So Putra, it became Putrena, because third case, that means by the son, by or with, whenever that person is the cause or the instrument of doing that action. So Putrena. And whose Putra? Drupad. So Drupad was one of the warrior in Mahabharat, and that he was fighting with Pandava side, on Pandava side. So his son Drishtadyumna. So that was his name of his son, Drishtadyumna. So Drupad Putrena. So that arrangement, this Vyudham, that arrangement was done by Drupad Putrena. Again, all these pronouns, no, don't confuse with these pronouns. These are just to create context. So who, as we just saw, this is denoted by this base Kim. And this in third form becomes Cain, because we want to ask by who. So Cain. Don't worry about these words. These are just to help us create a context. So anyways, moving forward, then Kidrishin. So now when I said that that army was arranged in the formation by Drupad Putra, then immediately the question came Kidrishin. Like describe that guy now. Like what was he like? And in response, we get Dhimata. Dhimata. So this comes from the base word Dhimat. And Dhimat means intelligent or learned, someone who is very intelligent or someone who is very learned. And we are saying Drupad Putren, who was very intelligent or learned. So the army was arranged in the formation by who? By Drupad Putren. How was he? How was he like? What like? So he was Dhimat, intelligent, learned. Okay, moving forward. Punaschikidrishan. Punah cha. So punah means again and cha is and. So I'm simply repeating the question that what was he like? The response was Dhimat, and then again I'm asking what else? What again? And the answer is Shishyena, that he was a Shishya. He was a disciple. He was a disciple. So this guy, Dupad's son, he was intelligent, very learned, and he was a disciple. Now immediately the question will come, Kasya, or whose disciple? So if he was a disciple, he must be disciple of someone. So whose disciple, right? Kasya. Again, this Kasya, this is, if you can guess, sixth case. Of who? So possession. And the response is Acharya Tav. So leave this word Achar now. See this word Tav. So you have this base word Yushmad. If you know now, Yushmad is to denote you. You. So if I want to say of you or your, if I want to say your, so I will use the sixth case, right? And in sixth case, this Yushmad becomes Tav. Again, don't worry about this, that, oh, how Yushmad is becoming Tav. It's not important to know the logic right now. You have the tables with you, all the Vibhakti tables, word case tables you already have with you. And with repetitive usage, we are anyways going to register these words in our memory. Yushmad is becoming Tav. How so? Not important. Only important thing is, whenever you want to say your, you use the sixth case of Yushmad, and this is Tav. You remember that shloka, right? Tomeva Mata. So Mama Deva Deva. So whenever I want to say mine, of my, so I used mum. And when I want to say your, so I use tav. So whose disciple? Whose disciple? That was the question, and response was your. And acharya. So this acharya is in eighth case. Like I told you in the beginning of the shloka, right? Duryodhan is addressing his teacher Dronacharya that, oh guru, oh teacher, your son. So this is how you think of it, like this: acharya with an exclamation mark. Oh acharya, oh teacher, your. This tav means your. So your disciple, that is the entire thing. So again, Anvay is the same that we just went through. So let me just quickly go through the English translation. See, same thing. Acharya, because it is in eighth case, right? Think of it like this: Acharya. So, O teacher, the kindly look, Pashya, at this mighty army of Pandu sons, at this mighty army. So, Mahatim, mighty army of Pandu sons, Pandu Putra Nam, arranged for battle by your intelligent disciple. So, arranged, Vyudham, by your intelligent disciple. So, Dhimata Drupad Putren. Dhimat means intelligent. Drupad Putren by Drupad Putren, that is Drishtadumna. That was his name, son of Drupad. And that is the entire thing. That Duryodhana is asking his teacher, he went near to his teacher in the previous shloka, right? That Duryodhan approaches his teacher and said these words. What are these words? In this shloka we see that he's asking his teacher that, oh teacher, kindly look at this mighty army of Pandavas, which is so strategically arranged in the formation by your own disciple, the very learned Drishtadumna, the son of Drupad. So that is the entire gist of this shloka. And with this, we complete the decoding process for the third shloka also. I hope you got some interesting bits out of this video. It was a lot of word cases were used in this shloka, right? That dhimat, intelligent, it became dhimata. Why? Because Drupad Putren, that noun was in third case. So dhimat also became in third case because adjective follows its noun. So all of these things, don't confuse these things. Just remember this logic in Sanskrit, the Vibhakti video, that word case video that we did in our basic grammar series. And that is why I focused so much on that video, that once you understand word case or Vibhakti, a lot of things in Sanskrit, in any Sanskrit text, will start to make a bit more clearer logic. Anyways, you can always go to that video. I will leave the link in the I button above. In the PDF file, again, all of this that we did in the video is already mentioned in that PDF file with sufficient detail. So what sandhis, what are the words, what are the root words, and what is the meaning, the context of those root words. So you have PDF file also, you have those resources also. So you can always come back to these videos and watch these videos again. And so with this, we wrap up our video. I'll meet you in the next video where we take the fourth shloka of Bhagavad Gita and we'll continue a journey of learning Sanskrit through Gita. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you are getting something of value out of these videos. And I'll meet again soon. Vayam punah milamaha. Until then, धन्यवाद.